Hello, everybody. My name is Graham Elwood. I'm here with Suzie Dawson, and do you want to discuss like what's going on with Panquake right now, or you just want to keep that on the back burner for now?
I'm happy to talk about Panquake. It's funny because like when I made the decision to pull all of the Panquake content and just do 100% Annelise, I can kind of feel her up there going, "What are you doing, Susie? Like, I want this project to be successful. What are you doing?" But at the same time, I'm yelling back, "No, this is about you. Damn it, this time is about you." But yes, I mean, someone actually, another big independent media person said to me, Annelise was all in on Panquake.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, yeah, because Annelise has seen Panquake. I think it's quite difficult for a lot of people in the public. They support us, they love the idea of Panquake, but they haven't yet got to see it. And there's very obvious reasons why we haven't been able to just release it yet. But
well, it should be noted. It should be noted here that she's seen how good Panquake is and what it's going to do, but she's also experienced firsthand. She was literally deplatformed by YouTube. She contacted me, and they shut her show down. And you know, getting her on Rockfin was like important because they had completely shut her down. She had nothing. I mean, just like they just shut, and her show wasn't even, she didn't have like hundreds of thousands of followers. So I'm like, wow, just the potential of her becoming a threat, they're not even going to risk it. And so she saw how big tech can just pull the plug on you. I mean, I've been demonetized, but they haven't deplatformed me. I mean, we're talking right now on YouTube. And so she saw not only how big tech can just come in and just go, boom, you're done. And then firsthand then knew the value of why Panquake was so important. I mean, she, watched all of us and watched a lot of our shows on indie media and all that, but also saw her own show, her own voice get just like shut down by big tech. And I think there was, I'm sure, I mean, I had talked to her a little bit. I'm sure that was a big part of her fueling her, like, we got to get Panquake up and running. We got to get this thing done because people like me are, and all these other shows that have either been deplatformed or at least demonetized. It's the time is now for Panquake.
Can I read her words about Panquake?
Sure.
Every month, at the end of every month, we do a delivery meeting, public delivery meeting, so people can know what we've achieved that month and what the next steps are. And at each of those meetings, one of our staff members gives a testimonial about what they're seeing happening and how they feel about the project and the product and what they want the audience to know, what they want the community to know. And a few months ago, Annelise was the person who gave the testimony for that month. And I feel like it's so much more powerful to hear her words, see her perspective and why she was, as the other media person noted, all in on Panquake. I'll just read it for you. This is what she wrote. I remember when I first got to see Panquake behind the scenes. It immediately hit me that it was going to revolutionize the entire social media space as we know it. When I was offered a position as Panquake's relationship manager, I knew right away that it was an opportunity to be on the ground floor of something transformational that will have a massive industry impact. And here we go. She now says exactly what you're just noting. As a content creator that's felt the wrath of big tech through censorship, shadow banning, and shady algorithms, I know that if I want to fix the problem, I must become part of the solution. Now I spend my days working to expand Panquake's reach, endorses, relationships, and media appearances like this one, with the understanding that I am a small part of helping put the power back in the hands of you, the user. From having no ads to no collecting or selling of user data to no censorship to absolute control over what content you see in your timeline. Compassionate accounts and complete transparency through the blockchain. The reasons for choosing Panquake are crystal clear. Freedom of speech is one of the most consequential rights a human being can have. And with all of the censorship seen from big tech, mainstream media, and corporate interests, it's no wonder the people are ready for change. If you believe in a better tomorrow, a world where freedom of speech is not crushed by a nameless, faceless oligarch, then it's time for you to get involved just like I did and become part of the solution with us. It's time to make social media what it was always meant to be from the beginning, a place to express yourself freely and connect with others around the globe. Go to panquake.com today and support us to help build a better tomorrow. Si se puede. I think it's terrible Spanish pronunciation on my part, but of course, Annelise was Cuban, and Annelise spoke Spanish, and she actually helped us a bit actually with our Spanish translations too on Talk Liberation.
Wow, those are powerful words, and that's what it was all about. That's why working for Panquake for her was not just a job. It was really more of a mission, because we all, any content creator, we all understand how important Panquake truly is. So anybody who's just kind of tuning in for the first time to my show and maybe might not be aware, we've been talking about Panquake on this show since I think January is the first time you were on the show, and we've had others to discuss it. Give everybody just a quick background what Panquake is. Obviously, we're all aware of big tech shadow banning people, throttling, flat out deplatforming, demonetizing, and how big tech can basically kind of pick and choose whatever and it is. The internet is sort of the last bastion of freedom of speech, and they are, they're stifling it. I mean, we've seen, even just this, Facebook whistleblower, I think she's sort of part of the problem a little bit, but I'm glad she's come forward to a little bit, but she just came out and explained how Facebook targets people and stirs up trouble and, targets children and this and that. So give everybody just a quick backdrop on what Panquake is going to do, and then we can get into the specifics of where it's at right now in its development.
Panquake is your lifeboat away from big tech censorship, exactly like you said. Panquake allows you and only you to decide what appears on your timeline, so you get to repossess control of your eyeballs, basically. Because what big tech is doing is they're controlling what information you see, and they're controlling your ability to circulate information. So they're interfering on information coming into you, and they're interfering on information going out. And Panquake removes that barrier from both transactions in inwards and outwards communications. We don't decide what people see, people decide what they see. And we, instead of creating tools to suppress their ability to gain reach and circulate information, we have developed a whole set of custom tools which dramatically enhance social reach and which create a completely flat level playing field. So if CNN decides to get a Panquake account, CNN will have precisely the same ability to circulate information or to reach people with their information as you, Joe Blogs down the street, will have. So it is a level playing field. Everybody has the same capabilities to circulate information and gets to have freedom of choice over what information they want to consume, what they want to see, and everything appears in time linear order. So it's not in any way manipulated. We have no content manipulation algorithms at all. Everything is managed and supported by humans. And our blockchain means that any moderation that we need to engage in, for example, removing child porn or something like that, our entire community can see what was removed, why it was removed, when it was removed, where it was removed from, and by who. And that's just revolutionary because, as we all know, Facebook, Twitter, and everyone else is censoring all day, every day, and doing so in a really opaque way where you never really know who, where, when, or why they were doing it. So we solve all those problems.
And that's a good point I want to make this very clear to the audience. So you're using blockchain technology. You are on servers that are not on Amazon, so no one can come in and shut this down. Meaning,
we are hosted in Iceland. Our infrastructure is in Iceland.
Yep, and Iceland. I'm a fan of Iceland since they jailed the bankers after the 2008 housing crisis on something America hasn't done, which won't come back to bite us in the ass at all. But you put that out there, and I just want people who might not be as familiar with what blockchain technology is. It's in essence an open ledger that everybody gets to see. It would be like having a physical ledger that like 100 people had, and if you made a change in it, all 100 people would have to look and verify
Your
transaction.
it's just like a notebook, exactly. I think ledger confuses people a bit, even because they think of it like as an accounting thing.
Oh,
And
right.
it's true that blockchain is often financialized. Panquake is actually a non-financialized blockchain. So we're not recording monetary transactions. We're recording text content transactions. So you send a message on Panquake, and that message, the actual text, is what's going onto the blockchain for everybody to see. So if we come along and go, hey, there's some problem with that, someone's asking if it's our own blockchain. It is our own custom blockchain from the ground up. Everything about our application is a custom build designed, developed by us. Yes. We're not just plugging in other people's stuff. We're not building on Ethereum or building on some other network. Everything is custom from the ground up.
Yeah, you're right. Notebook is a better term. And so everybody can see. So if Panquake, like this person got removed for putting offensive content, and the guidelines will be very clear. You can't obviously put child pornography or threaten to kill somebody or what these very obvious, like that are laws on the books. If somebody violates that law, you'll see Panquake removed this user for this reason and this content. So it's not just some arbitrary, like, you just get some like community guidelines and what does that mean? And it's just some robot algorithm that just like pulled you off. You have no idea why.
Exactly.
And Panquake is going to remove all that so we can all see this happened. You said this was done for these reasons, and it was done at this time, and the whole blockchain can verify it. It's not just done behind closed doors, which is huge. It changes things. And you and I, you know, as you've shown me this along the way, I've been like, oh my God, just as a live performer who needs social media to promote tour dates, right? I need to say, hey, I'm coming to this town. I'm coming to your Atlanta. I'm coming to Cleveland. I'm coming to wherever to do a show. Well, like you look at Facebook, I built up and spent a fair amount of money, 10 years ago to build up my Facebook fan page, right? So that any promotion I put goes to all of those people that I paid. And I didn't use bots. I paid Facebook's like, collection of followers.
Yeah.
And now when I post something on Facebook, my Facebook fan page, I have to pay to boost it. So these 10,000 people that I acquired that want to hear from me, that want to follow me, that want to know when I'm coming to their city to perform, I have to pay again to do it. It's like Ron Placonius is the best example. It's like you signed up for a Rolling Stone subscription and you want the physical Rolling Stone magazine delivered to your house because you're a fan of Rolling Stone. You want to hear what Rolling Stone has to tell you. And then Rolling Stone decides, I don't know that all these subscribers want to see it. It's preposterous. I mean, it happens on my YouTube. All 77,000 of my subscribers are not notified that we are live right now. They want to be. That's why they click the goddamn subscribe button, but they're not. And it hurts my ability as a performer to promote to people that want to fucking follow me. I'm not like yelling it out on the street to nobody. It's not like I'm handing out flyers at the mall and people are like, oh, who's this jackass? They want to follow me. And Panquake makes that so everyone that chose to follow me will automatically hear what when I'm doing a show, when I'm doing a live stream, when I drop any piece of content online. And that's huge because social media as a performer is one of the greatest tools because I came up as a comedian before social media, before the internet, when you were dependent upon somebody like Johnny Carson or just a TV channel to hire you and put you on television. And that's how you got your audience. Well, now as a comedian, any live performer, you can go out and bust your ass and put out content and acquire followers on any of these social media platforms. And then you have direct access to your fan base, but the big tech companies still come in and throttle that shit. And Panquake's going to take that all the way. I went on a little bit of a tirade because it makes me so goddamn mad, but I'm sorry. It's one of the reasons why I'm so in love with Panquake.
I think I'm so in love with Panquake, 50% because it's going to change the future of communication and 50% because of all the people who are involved. And the people who are involved are so special. And every single one of them, their heart is in this 100%. And they go the extra mile because of it. Like all of us work ridiculously insane hours and we take, a very small amount of resources and we achieve like amazing amounts of productivity with it. Like our budget is less than 10% of what any commercial company would require to achieve the development progress that we've achieved. So just because the second part of your earlier question was where we're up to with the build. We actually had an enormous breakthrough last month. Last month was, for the first time ever, we actually successfully sent encrypted messages between nodes, which is users, on our test network. We were able to validate the sending and receipt of them. We were able to validate that it's coming from the correct nodes, and that is after those nodes having been authenticated by our authentication server as being Panquake account holders. So the actual core function of the network is there. You can sign up for an account, you can become a registered user, you can send messages between nodes, those messages are encrypted, and then we can cryptographically verify that that is an authentic message between exactly the users who it's supposed to be visible to. So that was huge, that was absolutely fantastic for us. And bearing in mind that 9 months ago, we were just an idea that we said, hey, public, we've got an idea. Are you interested in this idea? Should we do something about this idea? And we, the big resounding answer from everyone was, yes, 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 please do it. And we thought it would take us 8 weeks to raise our initial 50K that we needed just to set up business infrastructure. And we raised it in 3 weeks. And that showed us like how much people wanted this. And so then we moved into phase 2 and we started fundraising for the actual coding of the application to hire developers on. We were scheduled to start coding on June 5th, and we did start on June 5th. And so starting literally from June 5th, and then by end of September, we have got so far as we're actually exchanging encrypted messages on the network between authenticated accounts. This is like enormous development progress for a 4-month window of time, which is nothing in development terms. Like in development terms, it could easily take 2 years to get to this point. So we have been like grease lightning all year. And it's because of the combination of the dedication of the people who work for us and how committed they are to achieving this, and the incredible support from the public. And so we will have to, in the coming months, aggressively fundraise, complete the rest of our phase 2 funding. Then we move into phase 3, which is our final funding round. And that's what will fund our ability to buy all of our big server infrastructure that we need to install to be able to host millions of users. It will help us to hire on like technical support staff, customer support staff, people to support the rollout of the product and support the customers who use the product after that. And that's the final phase. So that's, if you think of it as a 3-phase project, we're just about at the end of phase 2, and then we'll be heading into phase 3, and then that will be the final journey to actually getting this out to where people can use it. So absolutely, first of all, I want people to donate to Annelise's family. Second of all, I'd like people to donate to Panquake. And if you go to panquake.com and hit the donate button, you can do that. Also, even if you can't afford to donate, and even if you don't have $1 to your name, sharing really does help an enormous amount, just raising awareness, because we don't have a corporate marketing campaign. We don't have advertising managers. We don't have any of that stuff. This has all been word of mouth. We've got over 3,000, I think 3,100 something people have donated to us completely from word of mouth. All of our support base has been from word of mouth. Yes, we've been beavering away, Zach Curtis. That's absolutely fair to say. Definitely. And so I also want you to know that if you go to talkliberation.com, you can sign up for our newsletter, which is all about big tech, privacy, law, security, all that type of stuff. And you can do that for free. Or you can pay the $5 a month for a subscription, and that $5 a month gets funneled straight back into the Panquake build. So all of the money that we earn from Talk Liberation, we add on to our donation totals on Panquake. So if you want to support Panquake on an ongoing basis, you can do that and get amazing written and video content just by signing up at talkliberation.com.
Yeah, so it should be known, folks. You can go to panquake.com to support Kate. If you could put that up in the chat, that'd be fantastic. And then I like saying this as well. It's that, and then also Talk Liberation to sign up for. I'm putting that on the screen. These are all the free ways. I understand there's people out there who money is tight. The pandemic's been tough on a lot of people. So if money's tight, there's all these free ways, like signing up for Talk Liberation, all these things, these little, just following Panquake on Twitter, all these little things add up. These analytics really do add up. And so there's a lot of things you can do. Don't feel bad if money's tight at all. I get it. I've been there myself. So there's all these free ways to help support the show, support Panquake. That's what you should do, folks. Go to panquake.com to help support what Suzie Dawson and everybody over at panquake.com are doing. Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching. We are still in our 9th month of demonetization from YouTube. So support what we're doing at patreon.com/Graham Elwood or rockfin.com/Graham Elwood, which is a blockchain cryptocurrency platform. It's free to sign up, and there's a premium level at $10 a month. And for that, you get everybody on the platform's premium content. Myself, Lee Camp, Ron Placone, Jimmy Dore, Whitney Webb, Kim Iverson, Abby Martin, and many, many others. You can also support what we're doing at Venmo at Graham-Elwood, and go to GrahamElwood.com. We have a PayPal button and a PO box. I also have crypto wallets, which are all in the show notes. Thanks for supporting what we do.